Charles Mizrahi, who's the host of the Charles Mizrahi show, apparently, because I guess he won the lawsuit. This one's from Chris Salcedo, talking about how, Washington's just screwing up the whole thing. Is like inflation's just through the roof. It's terrible. And they're just pouring gasoline on the fire. This is Washington pours gasoline on the inflation fire. Charles Mizrahi, the Chris Salcedo show. So Salcedo's going to tell us how weak America is. This asshole is going to tell us how it's all over, but for the counting. And we're all just doomed, and get ready for doom and gloom and doom and gloom. Here we go.
Supply chains just don't start and stop on a dime. We had a pandemic, which no one ever counted on, and we haven't had one since 1918. And it's...
Excuse me. Are you a Trump supporter or not? It's 1917. Do not, if his master has a speech impediment, we all have a speech impediment. This is why we all speak Castilian Spanish.
The supply chain in a big way throughout the world. So it's...
and this isn't video from last fucking year when people were buying a bunch of toilet paper. Is it? There's plenty of toothpaste, though.
So much an incident where it's localized just to us. It's basically to everywhere that produces goods in China and in...
All hand sanitizer, gel spray. Yeah, this is all shit from 2020. You're using footage from 2020.
In the Far East. But it'll work out. It will work out. It's just a matter of taking time.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, that sounds like stuff that's coming out of the White House. It'll work out. But inflation's already reached its highest level since 1982. Estimates say that...
year over year, fucko.
22% of the currency circulating right now was printed since 2020. So, in my view, a buck right now...
Notice that circulating. Notice that it's currency that's circulating has been printed. You know why? Because there's not a lot of currency circulating. It's all in treasuries. It's all in banks. It's digits. There's cash on hand because they had to infuse the people as opposed to just giant banks like in 2008. They didn't just put money in your account that you could pay your bills with. They needed cash. So people actually got checks and people got money in their account, not like loan repayments or forgiveness or that kind of shit like they did in 2008. They bailed out the American people.
It's worth about 80.
If we stick it out with you, can you please use that character you just did? I can only handle it that way, please. Yes, I will make sure she comes back.
What do you think will happen to our economy if they keep running this magic printing press in the sky?
They're just printing money. Fucking hell, they're not printing money. They're not. There's money in circulation that's been held up. Even the stuff that, fucking hell, savings are up. It's not even money that's rotating through the whole fucking economy. People aren't spending their money the second they get it. The idea that it's just going to be like hyperinflation based on some sort of Venezuelan model where as soon as you give a bunch of people cash, they ran out and bought everything and everybody jacked the price because people were throwing money at it. Americans saved more than ever. Fucking hold on. Let me see if I can show you. Retail. When investor communities, not institutions, drive security pricing, how the Robinhood era is changing stock market investing. Last summer, when I puzzled over the reasons by the U.S. stock markets, hold on, let me blow this up a little bit so you guys can see this. Stock market spectacular recovery, which struck me as premature, given that the economy was in a deep recession, with no signs that the COVID-19 virus would be eradicated anytime soon. Several readers proposed the following. 1, the U.S. government had flooded the system with cash. 2, this cash had not only supported asset prices, but also fueled investment speculation. 3, this speculation came from retail investors who were feeling flush because they had cut their spending while maintaining their income. In addition, some had received $1,200 checks courtesy of the CARES Act. They put it in the fucking stock market because they're long-term investors. They don't care about day and swing trading. They don't give a fuck about the temporary fluctuations of the market. They're not going to dive out the minute something goes down. If anything, if they believe in the stock, they're going to buy more of it when it goes down because this is something they're going to cash in 10 or 15 fucking years. Retail investors are looking at the market the way old investors in the 50s and 60s did, not the way late 80s Coke dealer investors do. I was dubious. For the most part, I adhere to the conventional, here it is, finance theory, which emphasizes rationality. It was not that investors had behaved rationally. Rather, I had failed to by being too slow to recognize the impending economic recovery. Also, the rally was global, meaning the U.S.-centric explanations were not sufficient. To that point, in the second quarter of 2020, U.S. stocks rebounded 45% from their lows. German stocks 57%. Japanese equities 46%. UK stocks 32%. To be sure, when the U.S. stocks sneeze, other bourses reach for their handkerchiefs, thereby spreading the effect of the American policies, but one cannot explain the S&P 500's rise by solely or even predominantly to domestic actions. But a kernel of truth. That said, the readers had a point. The significance of today's retail investors should not be dismissed. Yes, they are a fundamental shift in how the stock market operates. Meme stocks themselves have made some of the quickest millionaires, fucking AMC and GameStop and all that shit that happened. We're talking about somewhere in the order of $1.5 trillion in new investment in the stock market from retail investors. People with Robinhood, kids, young people. People who are taking a section of their paycheck and going, all right, I'm not going to get anything from a savings account because there is no interest rate for savings account. So even if I lose on some of these things, if I diversify roundly, I'm at least going to beat 4% or whatever my long-term if I put it in a CD or something. So I'm going to put it in the stock market and hopefully most of it will go up. And this has happened. And let me tell you how much of a factor this shit is, as a non-economist, but somebody who's been paying attention. One of the reasons we've been kissing the Saudis' ass for decades is because they have $1 trillion in our stock market. $1 trillion. The Saudis by themselves own $1 trillion worth of stock, or have. But they've been burning that down, taking their money out since 2008. And they're basically oil poor now, and they're becoming cash poor. So because they got this lavish lifestyle that's expected, they've been taking money out of the U.S. They've been taking some of their earnings, some of their winnings out of the stock market. And everybody thought, well, it's going to crater the minute they go out. But retail investing took off about that same time and started to ratchet its way up. The E-Trade was the early part. Robinhood and all this other stuff is the new version of it. And we've reached a tipping point. There is now an equal amount, plus there's 1.5 times more retail investors, individuals, American citizens with money in the stock market investing in our own companies than there is Saudi money. And that's from the original number. That's gone down. They're probably somewhere in the 600 billion range, which is on par with other trading. And it's a fucking $80 trillion market anyways. But the idea that it could drop off if they just, if the Saudis got mad at us in a day, they could yank $1 trillion out. Now, if they did it and they pulled all their money out in a day, would it hurt? Yeah. Would it freak the markets out? Yes. Would it trigger some automatic shutoffs of some stocks because it would look like they were in free fall? Yes. A lot of software would make that do that. But as soon as people knew, oh, that's just the Saudis taking their money out because they want cash, the rest of the world and plenty of investors would buy the deals caused by this. They would buy the dip caused by the Saudis, and the number would go right back up to where it was, and the Saudis wouldn't have any control point anymore. It's ridiculous. Yeah, China was almost 10% holder USA debt. Yeah, they were 8% for a long time. They're not anymore. It's closer to 3%, and the Fed's been buying securities, and China has been isolating itself over the last 5 years, thinking that they're going to build a financial dome around themselves, but what they've effectively done is created a candle snuffer. They thought they were going to basically create this shield over top of it, but what they've really done is just put that one of those little, you ever seen a candle snuffer where you put that on and they're very fancy. The Chinese have created a candle snuffer. But the fact that retail investors are now investing at a level that is equal to what the Saudis had as a control point, that means the average retail investor now has as much emotional value to the decisions made by the Fed and others as when we used to kowtow to the fucking Saudis. Now, this, apparently this guy's guests maybe know this. This Chris Mizrahi dude. It might, or Charles Mizrahi. It might seem that he's kind of key on this. Salcido has no fucking idea. None.
Well, you brought up two things. One is the fiscal policy, and the other was the supply chain. So the supply chain, we really can't blame the White House or the Biden administration. We saw that problem happen.
Womp, womp. Well, Chris Salcido just lost his boner.
In the middle of 2020. The other part is the fiscal irresponsibility of Washington, which was taking a small smoldering fire and just pouring gasoline on it by pumping a lot of liquidity into the system. And that's the problem. That's why you have inflation. You have limited supply, which was the issue with the supply chain, being chased by a lot of dollars, by strong demand. So when that happens, prices rise. Now, what could Washington...
Wrong. If we had generalized inflation, where it was just basically everybody's raising the price of everything to chase it like it was a Venezuelan situation, he would have a point. But the fact is, if you take used cars and gas prices temporarily, which by the way are on their way back down, even with oil prices going up, gas prices will go down. We've had $80 to $100 oil before and not crested over $5 a gallon for gasoline. It's a derivative of the fuel. If you take out gas and used cars, year over year, we're at like 4.3% inflation. And if you factor in the fact that we were literally in a manufactured recession from an ecological disaster in terms of COVID, it's not even right to make the standards the same. You know what I mean? It's like going into a stadium and going while a game is going on and saying the population of the state, the inflation numbers of the people in this stadium are fucking ridiculous. Compared to what? The last game? No, compared to the last game, they're basically the same. Maybe 2K one direction or the other. I'm compared it to yesterday. What do you mean yesterday? When there was no game? Jesus Christ. Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you as well. And Sylvia, thank you very much. Hold on, I was scale back. Luis, bless you. Thank you for that. And 500 Loops, thanks for resubscribing. And Richard, thanks so much. And Frosty, bless you. Tobias, thank you. Aaron and Karen, together again. Wonderful. Bless you, Luis. Thanks, guys. And thanks for all the points. Thanks, Johnny Mac, for the bits. And let's see. Hype Train was closed. We almost got there. It's so close. Oh, it's not closed. It's very close. We're almost at one. I see. All right. Let's continue. Because, Trisha sent me, thank you. I love what you do. Yeah, you can make any topic fun. Oh, thank you so much for that, Venmo. I appreciate it. And I like she sent a picture. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. No. It's got two cupcakes on it. I don't know if Cupcake actually has any interest in talking about economics. What the fuck you mean I don't know what? I know about economics. I was born in a home ec class, you fucking clown.
Do about that? Well, they could start acting like adults in the room and stop blanketing this country with liquidity, which is driving up asset prices and driving up food and energy and all sorts of prices with inflation. Bullshit.
I know you're trying to kiss Salcido's ass after letting him down about not blaming Biden for the supply goddamn crunch. But I just told you, the fucking, okay, hold on. God damn it. I got to give you back to Hal because he's got to look something up. All right, I posted some pictures. Son of a bitch. Where were they? They were in my iPad. I'll be right back. Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. I need some behind the scenes music to play. Give me 1 second. I'll be right there. I'm coming back. Okay, hold on one second. I need to find out which ones is. Okay, here we go. Is it this one? Let's see. So that's inventory, sales inventory, blah, blah, blah. Energy. I gotta find this. Yeah, I think this will do. Let's see if I can send this one to my. Let's see if it opens up here. Did that open it? Let's see. Open it. Yeah, here you go. So, try to drag this over here, and then I'm going to have to edit, crop it. Give me a crop. Who gives a crop? Oh yeah, taking this guy like this, crop it away. All right, so here, this is. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger. Yeah. Command plus. There you go. Here's all other prices. Here's this is 2021-05. Here's everything there is. And then here's used cars and trucks. And then here's let's see, other energy and gasoline in here. It's hard to tell between these two. Energy services is the gray part, and then that kind of stuff. Look at the size of the fucking difference as this grew over time. Look at this used car and trucks. Look at this. If you take out used car and trucks, compare this orange grid as we go across here. Definitely an increase, but most of the increase in the other goods comes. Hi, buddy. Do you want to come here? Hop up. Chip. Come here. Psst. Hey, Stinky. Where are you going? All right, he's going back there. He was going to jump on my leg, but there you go. I've been begging to know what that music you play. It's just a loop I have. There's no real song to it. Sorry, never again, 4:30. It came with Farrago, the software that I use for my sound clips, my soundboard thing, where I put all my, all my sound effects. It came with some standard sounds in there that you can use, and in that were a few audio loops, including this one, which is royalty free, and so I can use it when I need. So it's banana porn music, totally. But this is, and by the way, this is still year over year change. This is not, change in cost. This isn't a practical change in cost. This is 2020 to 2021. This is from, January 21. So this is just compared to last year when everything fell through the floor and no one was going anywhere. So oil was so cheap, it was negative $36 a barrel. So of course the cost of goods last year to transport, ship, and provide to people was lower. So anyways, like you take out gas prices, and which is them making up for the fact that, look at this. This is it over last year. Any credit for it being below? It was in the negative. And by the way, you can just track people. This is where it was all last year. This is the closest thing to it. And again, this is comparative. This is year over year in comparison. This is a percentage change from during COVID, during the pandemic shutdown. This is where it was. It was in negative territory as far as, it was deflationary all last year. So inflationary has to be taken with that grain of salt. Hey, we got a hype train just in time for me to do annoying math. But look at when everybody was freaking out about inflation the most, there's some variation in this. And again, this is year over year and is trackable to this. As this cost went up, so did this. So the cost of goods was factoring in how much it cost to ship it. So I understand this dude trying to kiss Salcedo's ass right now, but it's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, I come from the old school train of thought that at some point when the government is taking too much...
That's not even Salcedo. That's one of the guys in his barbershop quartet.
We need a full clean out before we're going to get to a new starting point. But it seems to me that thanks to inflation, the dollar's losing its value. And many investors are looking into alternatives like crypto.
Okay, first of all, look at that dipshit. Hold on. Chip, what are you doing, man? Come here. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Why are you crawling around under there? Huh? What are you doing? I go outside to pick up my iPad, and what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? And then you come inside, and then you're crawling around under the desk, and you're batting at my headphones. This is Chip, everyone. Chip, everyone, in case you haven't met. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, you're such a sweetheart. And everybody loves you. And you're a gem and a wonder man. You're so great. You're a wonderful kitty. Yes, you are. That's right. Yes, you are. Chip! Chip is a good kitty. Oh. He's almost fully grown. He's got a little head and a big butt. And he's stinky. Yes, you are stinky. I can tell that you just went to you used the facilities. And by the way, this guy, what is this? What's with the seersucker suit? Did he shop at Roger Stone's boutique before he came on? This is ridiculous. He looks like a SNL character of a CNBC or a Market Watch dude. Just ridiculous. He's filling in for Salcido.
Currency. Here, you and I are on different.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Before, let's see. U.S. dollar. Whoops. Let's see if it has the, so remember, let's remember what this dude just said. What did he just say? What did this guy just say?
Investors are looking into alternatives like cryptocurrency.
Hold on.
Its value. And many investors are looking
back
to action. We need a full clean out before we're going to get to a new starting point. But it seems to me that thanks to inflation, the dollar's losing its value.
Yeah.
And many.
Yeah. What a weird way of phrasing it. But thanks to inflation, the dollar is losing its value. Like that's a fucking good thing. Presumably this asshole's American, but whatever. Okay. Let's see. But here's Barron's. This is the quickest piece of news. Let me slide this over. What did he just say? Did everybody want to sing it with me? Thanks to inflation, the dollar's losing its value. Is that what they said? I know, Chip. I know. I'm telling them the news. I've got pieces of news and information for the people. Let's see. Here's the article on Barron's. The dollar is near a 16-month high. Why it could rise even higher. How about that? Let's see. Go back here. Let's see. Look at this. Here's Reuters. Dollar dominates as inflation heats up. Now, could it possibly be that it's exactly the fucking opposite of what this dickhead is saying? There we go. There we go. U.S. dollar hits highest level since July 2020. Pros and cons of a strong dollar, of course. Dollar strength gives Wall Street something new to worry about. Concerns about growth and surging energy prices, as well as higher bond yields, attract investors to the greenback. Yeah, because people are buying dollars. Remember what he said? They're flocking to Bitcoin and crypto because they don't trust the dollar. This is the great stuff you're going to get from Newsmax. Now, let's see. Crypto this week. Blah, blah, blah. So let's see what happened in the crypto markets. I mean, the point is, let's see. Here you go. Here's Market Watch. Why Bitcoin may face another 20% plunge in coming weeks as risk is heightened, says prominent technical analyst. We're watching 37,000. Let's see, Bitcoin's down a percentage. It's at 46. They're expecting it to drop 10K in its fucking worth. Honest to God, like they know fucking nothing. The ignorance is just stunning. Look, here they are, by the way. These are all the ones that are referenced in the articles. Well, hello there. I'm stepping in this week for MarketWatch's crypto reporter, Francis Yu, who's apparently on a ventilator not because of COVID, but because of how the fucking crypto markets have taken a shit while everybody else is going to the US dollar, which they crapped on forever. And who craps on the dollar more than these people who are like, gold is real money? P.S. I'm buying stuff that's stored on a hard drive because hard drives are real money. Now, don't get me wrong. Blockchain technology is as permanent as digital stuff can ever get. It's a great idea. But it's an unfunctioning currency right now. They're just trading it to be dicks. The only people who use Bitcoin in any major route are like gangsters, human traffickers, and drug dealers. So every time it takes a shit, I'm like, good, some fucking cartel just lost a third of their net worth. After the crypto crash, MarketWatch's distributed ledger founder of technical analysis firm Fairfield Strategies about the crash in crypto over the past weekend. Wait a minute, what? A what? What are you talking about? Perfect storm as Bitcoin stages weekend crash that puts it on the verge of breakdown. Here's what the crypto bulls are saying. 1.1 billion of leveraged Bitcoin positions and 2.5 billion of crypto leveraged positions, including Bitcoin, have been liquidated Saturday. Sorry, now let's just go back to what this asshole was saying. What we just learned. We know the dollar's strong, and we know that crypto sucks. And then watch this guy's face when he says that.
Is taking too much action. We need a full clean out before we're going to get to a new starting point. But it seems to me that thanks to inflation, the dollar's losing its value. And many investors are looking into alternatives like cryptocurrency.
See that, the dollar's losing value. He just went, not so much.
Here, you and I are on different sides of...
Cut away. He's making too many faces.
Spence, you're skeptical about this. Why?
He's skeptical about it. Because it took a giant shit last weekend, and it's not real?
Well, I'm not skeptical. I don't think it's a I don't know. I know cryptocurrency is not a currency. It doesn't fit any of the definitions of currency. You just don't put some magical algorithms in a computer and create money. Secondly, 90%, and this is not me talking, this is the Wall Street Journal had an article the other day, 90% of Bitcoin trading has no economic value. It basically is just the greater fool theory.
That's right. By the way, if you don't know what the greater fool theory is it basically perfectly defines the Chinese mortgage market right now, which is your apartment's never going to be finished. You know it's a piece of shit and it will never be worth the price you paid for it. But you hope one day to find a guy who's a bigger sucker who will believe it will, buy the bullshit about inflated housing prices and will buy it from you at a higher price because he thinks, even though it's not worth shit, that eventually he'll find a bigger idiot even than he. The same thing is true of all crypto right now because there's no exchange point on it. It's not something where all this, and one of these is going to lock in. It's not, and everybody's hoping it's Bitcoin. People are long on Bitcoin for this very reason. And they may be right long term, but the whole idea that this is going to be, this is way better than the dollar. I'm getting out of the dollar for this. What kind of a fucking moron after what I just showed you and what just happened in the markets would ever come away with that? It's not even a fucking coin. It's embarrassing that they show the graphic images of it. What is that? A bunch of pencil leads pointing at it?
And hoping to sell it at a higher price. So I can't figure out what the intrinsic value.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Liz. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thanks for keeping me sane. I wanted to share a photo of my dog frolicking in the snow. So it's my profile video. Thank you. That's awesome.
Coin is, and I have not found anyone who can tell me, is $60,000 a high price, or is $50,000 a low price, or is $500,000 a real good bargain? Because there really is no intrinsic value to Bitcoin. So it's just basically
understood
people moving money back and forth. So it's not at all.
Listen to that guy going, understood. What the fuck do you mean understood? Holy shit, I'm turning into the fucking, I'm turning back into my, hold on. The fuck are you talking about? Understood. Say understood again, motherfucker. Say it again. Say understood again.
Alternative to the dollar, which is the reserve currency of the world.
Right. Yeah. The American currency. It's the fucking reserve currency of the whole fucking world. Get it right. Have a little patriotism, you fuck. We're the strongest economy in the world for reasons, because we don't play ducks and drakes with our goddamn economy. Stop saying, crash, boom, crash, boom, crash, boom, like you're a fucking monkey with, a wind-up monkey with cymbals, you dickhead.
Couple of interesting things you said there. I want to push.
No. You don't get to keep talking till you call yourself an asshole on national television, you chump.
Back a little bit. Our U.S. government is actually regulating this like a currency, like a future currency. So our government and the IRS is accepting it as payment. You can also buy cryptocurrency in your IRA. So the government is recognizing it as an investment.
No, they're recognizing that people are doing that, and they're recognizing it as a place people are holding and putting money. They're not recognizing it as a fucking currency, you chump. They're looking at it like somebody buying ivory and leaving it out of the country, or buying fucking pieces of a piece of art. You don't own anything fucking real, but they're not going to let you just hide your goddamn money in space dollars.
An object, or at least a store of value. Now, let me ask you this. I know you're...
No. Look at him closing his fucking eyes and holding just a store of value. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a fucking rock you're hiding some money under, and you're hoping when you come back to the rock after you get out of jail, the bag of money is still there, or some elf has come along and poured more money in the fucking bag.
Value investor, and I get that. And most people should be sound and educated. But since 1950...
Unlike you, Jesus Christ.
1957, when the S&P 500 was formed, the returns are about 8% annual. In the last 10 years, cryptocurrency returns are about 200% annual. Should younger people educate themselves and take a chance on a little more?
The dot-com boom was a 200% fucking annual return until it fucking collapsed, you dung heap.
Utility to get outsized returns?
It was a 200% fucking return? Credit default swaps. You fucking mid-tenor in a right-wing barbershop quartet.
No, I don't think anyone should be investing in Bitcoin because it's not investing.
Tell him, Baldy.
You just brought up points to basically return. Beanie Babies did really well in the late 90s during the dot-com bubble. Well, did that make it an investment? One could say it's a store of value. You had the stuffed puppy there. It's not.
Listen to him go, He's all there bummed out. Dude, you don't understand. You're not talking to this asshole about something that's a real investment that he cares about. This is his exit strategy. You're breaking his tiny little coal heart right now. You understand? This is how he's going to cash out of America and go live in the fucking Caymans with a supermodel wife snorting Adderall like Trump is hero. You get it? You're not telling this guy what's a good investment, what's a bad investment. You're talking too sane for this fuck.
And do you get paid? Do you get your salary in Bitcoin? Do you get paid in Bitcoin? Do you go to the supermarket and buy things in Bitcoin? It's not happening. It's a wild west.
Here in 2021, you actually can go to the supermarket. Many people, including the new mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, have said they're going to start taking their pay in Bitcoin.
Yeah, until last weekend, you fucking moron.
So maybe for some people, it's something to educate themselves on and kind of look at as a small...
Yeah, start with you.
...piece of their portfolio. Maybe.
And while you're at it, get me a phosphate, you fucking 1950s soda fountain fuck.
Not for you. Charles, I want to thank you very much. I really appreciate you joining us.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Charles, he doesn't want to thank you. He's pissed. You destroyed his dreams. He was going to live in Ayn Rand Mountain, spending Bitcoin-shaped John Wick dollar bills, some shit. He's totally depressed. Yeah, and he hasn't even... He can't, and his egg cream sucks. That's right, I said it. The dude cannot make a fucking egg cream to save his goddamn life. He looks like what? I mean, honest to fucking God.
Today.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it's his pleasure to fucking wilt you. Look at your face. Look at your big dumb face. Look at your stupid, sad, pathetic Bitcoin face over there with your dreams living inside a mountain in Denver, paying for your Ayn Rand blowjobs with a gold coin while hiring John Wick to mow your fucking lawn while he shoots you in the forehead, and your last word you hear is, your egg cream sucks, you bastard. What? Yeah, that's right. I'm the shut the fuck up cake. That's not a cupcake. This ain't a cupcake interview, you dunce. Fucking people. You gotta love them. I mean, honestly.